Well, you guys, speaking of which, here's something also interesting that you may enjoy. It's from a
Mm.
website called Cinema Blend,
Mm.
and it is from our good friend of the show, Mick Jost.
Hey.
How Star
Hello.
Mm.
Trek Lower Decks managed to get Enterprise's Jolene Blalock to appear, and why she's only credited by her first
Ooh.
name.
Yeah.
So, Melissa, you want to give us
Mm.
the cliff notes on this one? Because she wanted, well,
Oh,
actually, go ahead.
well, I mean, there's two really good quotes from Mike McMahan. Senator Glenn talked to Mike McMahan, and he talked about getting Jolene Blalock back. And the quotes are fairly short, but really explain both things pretty
Okay.
succinctly.
Here's one
So,
quote. He says, "The big thing that we made sure with Jolene is that there was tons of communication and tons of respect. I wrote her a letter explaining how important her work on Enterprise was to me, not only as a fan, but also as a writer of Star Trek and how I defined Vulcans. And that to Lynn is like kind of a love letter to her as to Paul,
hmm.
among others.
Yeah.
I sent her the script and she read it and she watched the show, and I guess she had turned down other Star Trek to be on because I think she didn't want to be.
Hmm.
Good
Yeah.
reason. Sort of like the window dress. She didn't want to be sort of like window dressing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I didn't
Yep.
expect to get her because we had heard she had said no before. It may have just been that we got to her instead of an agent and she read it and was like, oh, this looks fun because she came in saying she loves the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is so cool.
Yeah. I love that.
Makes Jolene seem like a cool gal.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then here's the other quote. She said, would it be okay if I just went by Jolene? And we were like, Jolene, it is, whatever you want it to be. I think a lot of times in this industry, you're told what you're allowed to do. And I really wanted to make sure that she felt she was in charge of defining stuff because we were so appreciative of her coming back. She didn't tell me why, but she was like, I would prefer just to be Jolene in this. And we were happy to do it.
Yay.
That's
Class
awesome.
act.
I
That's
love
really
that.
awesome.
Love that.
Yeah.
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 Hopefully
I'm
that
so
sets a
glad she
precedent
chose to
for
come
like
back.
getting people to come back to Trek. Is like you show them
Mhm.
respect, you write a script that they'd be interested in, and it's not
Absolutely.
just like, hey, we want you to come and like prop up this episode. It's like you actually get to
Exactly.
make
Right.
to work
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And making it about the character and not the so much
Aesthetic.
of exactly. And I think a lot of her experience with Trek was that and probably still is that. And I think that's just really,
Yeah.
really special that
Hmm.
she had that opportunity. Like that
Yeah.
they, thought about
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
I
hope
Yeah.
this
really
turns a
would like
corner
to have
for her.
seen
Hmm.
I would have loved to have seen her reaction to them saying, "Oh yeah, in her universe, she and Trip lived a full happy life together." Because I would be like,
Yeah.
That's right, they did.
My heart.
Hmm. But
They're my
he,
favorite ship.
"Oh my
Oh
gosh,
yeah?
that's a good
yeah,
Mhm.
ship."
The
that is a
NC,
good
Oh,
ship.
and sorry, the NX-01.
Hmm.
something
Yeah,
like that, yeah.
But
squeaky floors and
but
all.
Mike McMahon said that not only did Jolene Blalock inspire her or to Paul inspire him as a Star Trek fan, but she inspired him as a Star Trek writer,
That's
which
awesome.
I
That's
love
awesome.
that. I
That's
Hmm.
love
so
that.
cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really, really awesome. Yeah.
Aw.
Because I mean, like they did some pretty cool stuff with T'Pol. Like she was really,
Oh
in
yeah,
some ways could have been used differently, but in a lot of ways was used in really
yeah,
new and interesting and really like broke open
yeah.
what it meant to be Vulcan.
Hmm.
Oh
Hmm.
Arden
yeah.
Creek is a great example of that. Like no other
Yeah.
crew member could have
Absolutely.
had a ancestor that was
Hmm.
there for the first contact.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you so much for watching this clip. You can find us every Friday night on Star Trek and Chill at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. See you then.